Hey guys, and welcome to Do Not Take This Cat Home. I believe this is some sort of visual novel about taking a cat home. So let's see. You're having a great day as usual. Okay. Oh great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts raining. Typical, but maybe it's just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when you hear a kitty cat. Huh? What was that? There were only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increasing number of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them reacted to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. Lovely. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps louder and more confident than they actually are. Meow meow. Finally, the sound source coming into the view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh. Guess I should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Meow. Oh. So cute. And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or the other about cats before. But if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyways? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Well, the game is do not take the cat home, but I feel like we've got to take the cat home. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it in front of you. Why not? Meow. You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. Oh, I didn't like that. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to a shower tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long. Even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as its curiosity explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set up about making both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on the top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs and with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Breaded toast, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife into the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Hee hee, don't worry. I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do, right? Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside, not after all your efforts. You're going to take it to the shower tomorrow anyways. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening unfortunately goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while you're watching TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behaviour. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Come on, enough already! You shove it away a little more forcefully this time out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner onto the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea of how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have any other options left other than tossing the cat out into the rain. After finding the number for a local vet, you pick up your landline. The lights just went out? Great. Just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing had been so super of the spur of the moment that had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. The rain stopped, but then why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of the digital clock staring at you. Oh, it keeps on saying kill. Thinking now, you realise the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up and going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing. But its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes. Its eyes still hold you. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large. Uh-oh. The flashlight flickers. The cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctured with the rapid pumping of the blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How the clock is working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at this moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in a response, like a predator prepared to pounce. But waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this. But you can sense it as clearly as if it had whispered, "Let's play." Oh God, I hated that. right into your ear, right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could even if you did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awaits within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall onto the ground. Oh, I've broken something. A sharp pain explodes into the center of your foot. At first you think it's a broken ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor, as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glistening in a strange light coming from the outside. Light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what it in regards of your inexplicitly open door screech to a halt, as your brain finally identifies the metallic object that you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife, and still tinted red from the earlier blunder? But that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on the living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resulting in the cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it. When you spy something in the darkness just behind the knife, it's the cat! It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife, as if skipping in delight. It bends down and laps up the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness of your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of a stray that you've taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound in your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if you response to sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if it was considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red. But there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The house, the trees, the road, even you. Everything, except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in the wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadow grows around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? Look behind me. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0. It begins. Okay. I'm sure there are multiple endings, but we're going to leave this here. If you guys want to see what the other endings are, you can play the game for yourself. It's called Do Not Take This Cat Home. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!